Welcome back to Domestique Cycling Podcast. I'm Bramble, joined as always by Ethan. On Saturday, the 113th Tour de France rolls out of Barcelona, 21 stages and 3,333 kilometers to Paris, opening with a team time trial for the first time since 1971. For the sixth year running, it comes down to Pogačar against Vingegaard, and this time the Dane arrives off a crushing Giro win with his cleanest run-in since 2023. But there are two new faces forcing their way into the picture: 19-year-old Paul Seixas, France's biggest home hope in decades, and a rebooted Remco Evenepoel at Red Bull. The route saves its hardest dates for last with back-to-back Alpe d'Huez finishes in the final week. A lot to get into. Ethan, how are you doing?
Very good, Bram. Hope everyone else is as well. It's an exciting time, obviously, for cycling fans. Tour de France, obviously, in case you missed it. So, yeah, I mean,
I don't know how you could.
It is obviously a busy time and things like that with what's to come. So, yeah, I mean, Barcelona is a nice city, so I think that's going to be a very good grand depart. Probably one of the best in recent times as well, with the parkour they've got laid out and the team time trial and all that jazz. So yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. We're going to go over the stages, then we're going to go through the starter list, and then we're going to make some predictions, bold ones typically. But yeah, obviously the Tour de France, biggest race of the year, and starting off this year again in Barcelona. I have a fly on my nose. Anyway, starting off in Barcelona with a team time trial, a very unique team time trial, although it's been trialed at the Dauphiné, where the time of the first rider across the line counts. So everyone gets their individual times, not just the time of the fourth rider, which is traditional for a team time trial. And we have a finish up Montjuïc. So, yeah, honestly, how big of a GC gap are we expecting on day one?
15, 20 seconds. I think in recent team time trials in the Tour, the gap at the top has been seconds, really, hasn't it? I think the one in Brussels was, 1 or 2 seconds, and one before that in French stages, they were quite small gaps, but obviously that was a flat time trial. So, and then you have obviously the finale of this stage is on Montjuïc, isn't it? Which is,
well, the finish line is on the Côte du Stade Olympique, so at the Olympic Stadium.
About the same, in the same vicinity, kind of.
Yeah, it's basically Montjuïc, then slight descent, and then a little ramp up.
Yeah.
With a 7%, 800 meters section towards the line. So that's definitely going to make an impact. I think the biggest difference here as a TTT is, well, the strongest riders can just ride away from the rest of their team. They don't have to like spare their fourth guy. If there's like one rider who really sticks out from the rest of the team, where we do know that those exist, like in Red Bull, probably Remco is going to really go all out here. Same with Pogačar, and I think at UE it'll be interesting to see Del Toro and Pogačar, how they tackle this climb. Does Del Toro just hang on just to finish in Pogačar's wheel? That's something I'll be curious to see. And of course, yeah, Visma, we'll see Jonas Vingegaard absolutely attacking it on this final part of the course.
Yeah, it's going to be a proper showdown between Pogačar, Evenepoel, probably Vauquelin on the Ineos. Ineos do quite a good team time trial. Jayco's got a good team for it. So yeah, I mean, it's just who's going to be able to launch the ride the best in that flat part around the city centre, around Sagrada Familia, that massive building, which is almost as old as you.
Still not finished.
Yep, still not finished. So yeah, it's going to be a nice sight to see. Hopefully, it's not going to be like the last one where we had the team time shown in Barcelona and the Vuelta, where Evenepoel was not happy.
No, I think we're expecting a dry stage this time around, so that will already be much better. Yeah, it will still take place in the evening, but not in late August, early September like they did in the Vuelta. So I think conditions will be it will be all right.
Mm.
Just looking at the stage, are there other storylines that we need to take into consideration?
Nah, I don't think so. Just whoever gets the yellow jersey, isn't it, for the first
Mm.
opportunity? Which could it be a surprise? So if it was completely flat, I would say yes. But obviously, with the running, I'd probably assume one of the GC contenders is going to take it. And I want to say, I'm actually going to pick Evenepoel's going to get it. I probably.
I agree. I think Evenepoel is the big candidate for this world champion. So I think that kick at the end, that's also something that he can do. We've seen that at Liège. So yeah, I think it will still be close with Pogačar and maybe even Seixas, because Seixas is brilliant at TTs as well. But the team seemed to struggle a little bit in the TT in the Dauphiné.
Yeah, it was a bit of
But
an
they still should
overexertion,
have.
wasn't it, really, in the Dauphiné there? Because overexertion, and Paul Seixas as well, probably is one of his first opportunities in a professional team time trial, just put too much effort in. But I guess
Yeah,
that's a good learning curve that you want to have before the tour. So, yeah, I mean, but probably the underdog for this definitely is Ineos, I think, with the team that they're going to bring. And
well,
also,
that's not been officially announced yet. But
well, but obviously, from what we've seen in the previous two team trials this year, that's,
mhm,
I think, especially the Paris-Nice one, that was perhaps one of the most well executed we've seen in recent years.
that is very true. On to stage two, we're again finishing in Barcelona, and basically the same finish as the TT, but climbing from the other side. And it's a local circuit. So there's a couple of laps, each of them including Montjuïc, with the finish on top of the Stade Olympique. But yeah, there's also a pretty long climb in here, although, well, not super long. It's 6 kilometers at 6.5%, which will, yeah, the sprinters will probably get dropped there already.
Yeah, you'd probably assume so, but you also maybe you can see a breakaway winning this.
This early in the Tour de France,
Yeah,
I would
but
be.
when I was speaking to some riders, they also probably kind of hold the same view. It's like the stage which Vaccalam won in 2024, wasn't it? The Italian Grand Depart. If you
Mhm.
remember, you had the San Luca, didn't you? That San Luca
Yeah,
climb. That climb is similar to that kind of circuit finish. So
circuit
yeah,
finishes always are good for breakaways.
yeah, they are. Yeah, and
A lot of
that
technical.
finale, the final half of this stage, the peloton is going to have to work really hard to even stand a chance of probably even getting people and some attackers back if a strong attack group does go, because there's not a lot of flat in that, probably into the final 50, 60 kilometers.
And it will also be very twisty, so that's
Yeah.
very difficult for a peloton to get organized. So a breakaway victory could happen, but I would still expect the GC teams to try and do something. I could see Pogačar trying to win this stage.
It depends if they can be bothered, I think. And if it's Pogačar, probably. But if not, someone like Van der Poel has looked at this stage as well. I think Van der Poel could be a nice rider.
Mhm.
Del
Yeah, we
Toro, I
discussed
mean,
it last week that he still has the opportunity to go for the yellow jersey here if he sticks within, um, well, 10 seconds
40,
or,
I think 30,
yeah.
probably. Yeah, it just
The
depends,
thing is, like, he
really.
can go with a long move, But of course, if he wins this stage, there's a 10 seconds bonification plus whichever gaps he would get. But at the same time, I don't expect that Pogačar will just let him right away.
No.
But he did say like it'd be very cool to have yellow again, and he is thinking about it. But it's also a very tough one with that TTT.
Yeah, just the gaps, isn't it, really? I mean, and whoever's in the yellow jersey, do they control it and things like that? Obviously, then you have stage 3 afterwards, which is, I mean, that's a weird mountainous day.
Yeah, this is a stage 3 is from Granollers to Les Angles, which is 196 kilometers. That's already a super long day for a third stage. And yeah, there's basically the Col d'Athos and a finish at Les Angles, which is, yeah, it's an odd climb. Like it's are we expecting a big GC day here? I would expect not.
We have to say back-to-back breakaways.
I mean, it's possible. It's just, I think so you have the climb that is around 60 k's from the finish, the Col d'Athos. I think we could see UE set something up there.
Yeah.
But like that last climb toward Les Angles isn't tough enough to make
it's only
GC
4%.
gaps.
So
I also expect that the peloton won't, or whatever's left of it, won't really work very well. There's still a lot of draft. You can't really get away. But if you get away on the climb 60 k's ahead and you're solo, then I could see this working out.
yeah, if you're in like a group or something like that, who goes off the top of that? It just reminds me of tossers. It's just a weird name. So if someone attacks there and goes all the way with a group, you probably could stick it.
Yeah. And we're on to stage 4.
Yeah.
From Carcassonne to Foix, 182 kilometers with a hilly parkour, beautiful region, but this is a breakaway stage in my opinion.
Yeah, this is like the ones which are usually in the end the second week, third week kind of thing, isn't it? Really, but it's at the start of the tour this year, so
yeah.
It's like
I also expect that this stage will set a very early benchmark for the KOM jersey, because there's actually quite a few points up for collection on the road with the 4th, 3rd, and 2 second category climbs. So that's a nice collection for those who pick it up.
And they had the one before it's on stage 3 where there was a category 1. There was also that's, and again, whoever wins that and picks up and perhaps goes in the breaker and picks up some of these climbs, you're going to be in polka dot jersey for a significant proportion of the Tour de France.
Yeah. The next one is Lannemezan to Pau, 158. This is where the sprinters can have their first day. It's a bit unusual for them to have to wait till day 5, although in recent years it's becoming more and more common. Yeah, this is where we will see what the levels are in between sprinters. We've seen pre-tour that they're pretty evenly matched throughout. We're talking Philipsen, Merlier, Koy, Girmay. So, yeah.
It's going to be interesting as well, really. I think that final third of the stage, those kickers, there is 4 kickers in that final third of the stage, which for people like Merlier, I would probably say that puts significant like the effect on your legs. But for people like Philipsen, who was climbing when the Belgian Tour, and Girmay, etc., has displayed that before as well. I think you could see a fight between Girmay and Philipsen for the stage win it. Or something like a Warren Shoulder as well, who kind of say as well, for how big of a guy he is, he can climb. So it'll be nice to see it there. But yeah, Philipsen probably for me. How about you, dear Bram?
I would still say that Merlier survives these. I mean,
Right.
he's known not to be too great of a climber, but I also don't think these are just speed bumps. Really, like I don't expect it will be an issue for him. Yeah, no, I think
It's
Merlier.
good. If the positioning is going to have a factor there now as well, with how close they are to the finish, where they are.
I mean, it might play a little bit into his speed, but a good Merlier has speed left over compared to Philipsen, I would say.
Yeah, also Melia, is able to weave his way out of traffic and and get himself out of danger. Probably the best out of everyone.
Yeah, that's definitely true. More on sprinters later, but on to stage 6, where we have the first, I think, GC fight for a stage win. It's going to be here. We go to Tourmalet. We go to the Gavarnie. So yeah, I mean, Tourmalet is the big one. We have Aspin before as well. It's amazing to have these climbs already in the tour on stage 6. I've seen a lot of like theory on like, oh, will UE set something up to go long on Tourmalet, maybe even Aspin, like hard pace Aspin to set it up on Tourmalet, so you can actually build up a significant gap on Gavarnie, because again, Gavarnie is also not very steep.
No, it's not steep at all, really, is it? But yeah, I would probably tend to agree with hard pacing the Asper, and then just completely go rocket mode at the Tourmalet and see what happens there. Which, I mean, I'll be very shocked if it's not Pogačar and Vingegaard alone, because
I think this
that's
will
what I'm
be
expecting.
a huge test for Evenepoel. Of course, he abandoned last year on the Tourmalet. So I think it's not. I think it's not from the same side that it's being climbed this year. Still, just having that first proper mountain test. Yeah, we'll quickly figure out if he's a contender for a podium.
It's kind of almost. It's not poetic, but it kind of is like the last time he faced the Tourmalet, he went out of the tour, and then he gets a chance to prove himself again on this climb. So who knows what can happen there, really? I mean, I think Seixas is going to be the best the rest here, personally. But Del Toro will depend on how well he paces Pogačar and how much he has left, because I expect he's going to absolutely go completely berserk and just launch Pogačar into Narnia.
Yeah, I expect that as well. Seixas is going to be very interesting, how well he's recovered from the Dauphiné. There's been a lot of photos online of him reconning the key stages of this Tour de France, all of them while he was still wearing bandages on both his arms, but also saw he took some KOMs on during those recons, so clearly not too bothered by his injuries, but still, it's going to be seen how he grows throughout a Grand Tour. We're already stage 6 here. I mean, longest stage race he's done has been 7 stages. So
yeah. Also, as well, if he does lose time, it's going to be interesting to see how he reacts to it and copes with it, etc., and all those things along the line. Because obviously the pressure and expectations on the young fella is pretty insane, really, for 19-year-old. I think me and you would probably crumble instantly.
Yeah, it's an insane amount of pressure to put on himself, but he says that he doesn't feel the pressure.
Which is good, yeah.
I don't know if I believe that. It's like, yeah. I mean, if he doesn't feel pressure, that's amazing. That's just being carefree and just doing what you love to do. But I do think that, I mean, his team is gonna have some expectations on him. Otherwise, they won't put him into the Tour. Hope they're just being gentle with him as well.
Yeah, who knows how long they have with him as well after, all the speculation in the press about his situation. I mean, if what Daniel Benson reported on his Substack, where it was Q36.5 were interested in him and offering 13.5 million a season.
Yeah,
which
that's more than Pogačar. I mean, I think in time, Seixas might be worth more than Pogačar. I mean, from the moment that he starts beating Pogačar, which I expect is 1 or 2 years away, like head to head beating him. At that point, he will be worth a lot of money. But to put it on someone who's never ridden a Grand Tour,
that is putting all your chips on the table in the Las Vegas casino and just going absolutely balls to the floor, basically, isn't it? I mean, fair enough. And if you have to, it's like a massive flex as well, though, from them. And hello, we have all this money, I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's also taking huge risks to put it all on one rider. But we have seen in cycling that can work.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, UAE did it with Pogačar, really. I know he came through the ranks.
They have some extra people that they're also putting big money on, like Del Toro, to do with Ayuso as well.
But the thing that they do develop their talents, though, like they which you have to respect. So in that sense, you can't really not slate it. I mean, but for Q36.5, just going out and buying the best rider is that's a bit of a.
I mean, it's what they tried to do with Pidcock, but for a different type of racing. And Tudor did it with Alaphilippe, and like, you just have sometimes these riders going on huge contracts, but typically more.
What about everyone's favorite rider, Chris Froome?
Evenepoel?
Nah, Chris Froome. He's the number one, of probably not being good enough and then getting a massive contract.
Yeah, that's like twilight of the career stuff, and everyone knew like that's useless. I mean, you also had it with Sagan going to Total Energies and stuff like that. That's just like make the money at the end of your career. All good. Like if people want to pay that money to have your name attached, cool. Like that's branding value. But to have it for a 19-year-old, 13.5 million, I find it crazy.
Yeah, it's like playing Football Manager. You just buy, hello, this is the best wonder kid. And we just go out and sign him or playing Pro Cycling Managers, spending all your transfer budget and having nothing left.
Yeah, so, and I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying I don't know if it's good for the future of cycling. If
because that's the thing. If one team does that, like Pinarello, then you're going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to have to now match you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can definitely match.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of discussion around salary caps. We've run a debate on it. Stuff like this will extend that even further. And yeah, I expect that the UCI at some point will step in. I don't know how, and knowing the UCI will probably be in the dumbest way possible. But they'll do something eventually. Anyway, we're on to stage 7 after a bit of a tangent where we go to Bordeaux. Sprint, 100%. Bordeaux is the place where a sprint happens.
Cavendish.
Yeah.
That's easily. I would willing to put my house on the line and say Merlier wins this. Soon next week, then we're going to have no house, won't even losers.
I mean, if he's still in the race at this point and he hasn't had any bad luck in the previous days, I would expect that.
Also,
Corey also has a chance here.
You have to This would be the one with 2 intermediate sprints now.
The profile I'm looking at only has 1 sprint.
Well, whatever this the ASO said in the thing before, where it was 2 intermediate sprints now for a flat stage.
Yeah, there should be, but I'm maybe looking at an old profile.
Following that directory of what they said, and then obviously you get the 70 points instead of 50 for a victory on a sprint now. That you could be picking up. How much do you get for the intermediate sprints again?
Wasn't it like 30? I can't remember. Don't take my word on
Is that around 20, let's say, put it around there.
Yeah.
You can be picking up nearly 100 points on a sprint stage, and that's a big haul, considering that if you to win the green jersey, you're probably looking at 250 to 280, that margin.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if Merlier is able to win the stage and probably win another one, I'd say he's a big favourite for the green jersey there.
Yeah, I think that rule change of
helps
extra points for flat stages and these extra intermediates, they do increase Merlier's chances quite significantly. Especially like if he runs away with it early on.
Yeah.
I think like the first sprint stage that we described into Pau, where there was those kickers where maybe he doesn't have that top end speed at that point anymore. So I expect that in Bordeaux and the stage after this as well. I expect Merlier to actually get quite a bit of points to the point where after these 3 sprints, maybe he already has like 180 points or something like that.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I mean, and if you're on 180 points, it's like we mentioned before with the yellow jersey at the start. Can people be bothered to try and make an indent in a way on that points jersey when you know he could potentially even extend his tally? So yeah, that's obviously people are going to want to win stages, but in terms of like purely fighting for the green jersey, it's quite interesting.
It's a strategy that Wout van Aert used as well when he won the green jersey, where you just want to build up that lead as big as possible early on, just to get everyone to stop thinking about the green jersey as quickly as possible, and then other people can of course stage hunt and like just go for the stage win sprints. But that the green jersey is like, oh no, that's mine.
Yeah, but even before the changes of what ASO did with the green jersey, I was doing the green jersey contenders. I wasn't going to put Merlier down because he would have to basically win all 5 sprint stages to stand a chance of getting the amount for a green jersey. If you get me. So
but with these extra intermediate sprints.
But now with the 70 points and the extra intermediate sprints, is definitely I think that would give him enough.
On to stage 8, another sprint stage, just dead on sprint stage into Bergerac, with 182 kilometers. I mean, legs will be a bit tired here already after a long first week, but yeah, should still be a sprint stage.
Yeah, for sure.
And then stage 9 we have from Malemort to Ussel for 185 kilometers, and this is a breakaway stage if I've ever seen one.
Who wins it?
No clue at all, and I think it will take ages for the break to go. Like, I don't think we see a break actually leave until like 80 kilometers into this.
Yeah, and the first categorized climb of the day, would you say, is where you see it?
It could even still be the second categorized climb. Like, this is going to take a long time before the break can go.
Yeah, I think that maybe could be the thing as well there.
Yeah, and now we just eat like humble pie if the break just goes on the first kilometer, and then
that's the way it goes. I mean, it swings and roundabouts with those situations and breakaways.
Yeah, this is the perfect stage for a breakaway. So I would just say that, yeah, like Healy could do well, Simmons could do well, like the specialists. This is one for those
specialists. Like, yeah, you have all those type of riders who probably studied the course
Schmidt
in depth
as well.
Smith, who has been climbing very well as well this year. So second in La Flèche Wallonne, which is that's a bit of a
That's
head
very
scratcher.
impressive.
Yeah.
Also
impressive.
in Swiss, he was able to follow Pogačar for a little bit until he was like, bye.
Yeah, so he's clearly in the shape.
Definitely. Shape of his life, and that new big paycheck from Q36.
I mean, yeah, that's going to be a nice move from him. Do they need him? I mean, I would probably say yes, because he gets UCI points, doesn't he?
He gets a lot of points. On the first rest day. Then we're on to stage 10, heading into the mountains with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categorized climbs, 2 of which are first category, and then I think breakaway here is likely. But I will also say that a GC day could also be the case.
I want to say maybe Pogačar wins. Because you're going to see, but they're going to probably end up scrapping on the Puy-Marie, which is, I mean, towards the top, that gets steep. So I guess the GC contenders are not going to help. They're basically just going to attack. Yeah. That's, put it simply.
The narrative of this stage and the finish is quite interesting, because this is a stage where 2 years ago, Tadej Pogačar attacked, went solo, and Vingegaard caught him and beat him in the sprint.
Yeah, then that makes it even more certified which one's going to win.
Because the ASO has kind of made a thing of revisiting stages where Pogačar collapses to then give him an opportunity to absolutely obliterate everyone.
Yep.
And show that that was just a fluke. He gets a chance for that at the Lioran. And yeah, I think it's so interesting to go back to these places where, Pogačar failed here. Maybe he will do it again. So, no, we just know that he's not. So I wouldn't be surprised if a break takes this. It's going to be super hot here as well.
That's the actual thing as well. The heat is another huge factor, isn't it? On
also, it's Bastille Day. Don't forget that. Like the French, Lenny Martinez, if he's out of GC, like he's going to be in this break.
Yeah, well, let's say Lenny Martinez for the French, to get the French people on the side of us.
All right, then we're on to stage 11, pan flat sprint.
That's a bit of a transition stage, a bit of a snooze fest.
I expect that average speed will be like 35.
Yeah, you're going to be... I mean, we had that one last year, didn't we, with Van der Poel? And then was it Planko, wasn't it?
No. He got second place at the Belgians yesterday at the Road Nationals. Ricard, yeah.
But it's like kind of the same. But yeah, I mean, maybe something like that can happen. It does happen in the Tour, doesn't it? We've seen it. Which year was it? 2023? Is it the stage 18 where it was like Askren, Abrahamsen, another strong Campenos, I think it was. They all went in the breakaway, didn't they? And when people like that go away, you're not going to catch them, are you? So,
I mean, later in a Grand Tour, I would say, yeah. I mean, but it could happen. Although I should say, like, interesting here is that the sprint, the intermediate sprint, is very early in the stage. So, it's at 27 kilometers from the start.
Mm-hmm.
So, will the sprint teams allow a break to go until that point, or do they want to go for those points?
They want to go for the points. But it also
and then
depends.
There's like a fourth categorized climb right after.
I think that's set up like that, perfectly ready.
So everyone stays in the peloton till the sprint, and after that, the break can go. But then that's not that long of break. Then it's a 125 kilometer break. That's dangerous.
Potentially, yeah, that actually is. The climb is a very strange name. Côte de Billionaire. Is that? I mean,
it is. But it's also 1 kilometer at 5%. So
I would like to see on the TV when it comes to the time why it's called the Côte de Billionaire.
I have no idea. But that is also quite a funny name for a climb. On to stage 12, another flat stage. Although I would say there's quite a bit of lumpiness in the last quarter of it.
Yeah, I mean, it begins on the proper old school F1 track, Magny-Cours, which has featured in Paris-Nice a few times. I think there was a team time trial on there. Was it maybe last year? There was also a few years ago a sprint on a circuit, wasn't there as well? But I don't think it was this one.
It wasn't the one where there was a crash. Had that really bad crash.
Yeah, it wasn't this one. So, but obviously circuits, if it was the other way around, it potentially would be quite an intriguing watch. But the middle portion of the stage, a few lumps and bumps there, and then getting into the finale, you have a few lumps and bumps there. So, I mean, again, it's putting the sprinter team under pressure.
Yeah, but the last climb is at 20 Ks from the line. I think that's still enough time to come back.
Yeah,
if there are issues.
You'd probably say, that is a sprint is controlled now. And I'm going to say Philipsen wins this one, or some Gamay again. But if I was to stick it, I'd say, I've picked Philipsen before. I can't pick him again. It's too boring. So let's go Gamay.
I was also going to go with Girmay for this one. On to stage 13, we have... well, this is a very odd stage because we're going from Dole to Belfort, so we're in the Vosges region, with the longest stage of the race, 205 kilometers, which I find very short to have this as being the longest stage. But yeah, we go over the Côte Croix and the Ballon d'Alsace. We'll do the Ballon d'Alsace the next day as well. But the finish is in Belfort, which is, how much is it? 30 kilometers after the summit of the last climb.
Is this like what's the equivalent to this?
I find it a very confusing stage.
It's just like
what do you do with this?
It's like a Vuelta stage, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like, it's something you would see in the Vuelta.
Yeah, but would you finish in the town? You would finish on top. Like, I find this...
there's definitely something there where there may be the city council of Belfort probably paid some money or something like that. But isn't that? I think that town is nice. So city is nice.
It is a very beautiful town. I've been there. But yeah, just race dynamics wise, what happens on the Alsace, because it's 30 kilometers to Belfort. So is this a GC day?
I don't think it's a GC day. I think maybe it's just if you attack at the top of the Ballon d'Alsace, you probably, I mean, if I've not looked at the descent of the climb, but if it's a straightforward descent, or if it's something like that, then probably if you go clear, you probably hold it to the line, no? Or potentially there is the situation for a reduced group sprint. Probably it's people like, I say Matthews, if he's on shape. Matthews could be good here. Schmid as well, after also another Jacob rider. Pogačar probably in a reduced bunch would be very good here. Pidcock. But this could be a stage of Pidcock if the descent is more technical in quotation marks. Would you assume so?
I think it's a tricky one. Like I really like. I'm looking at this stage and I'm like, I have no idea what happens here. I find it so confusing. What's less confusing is stage 14. There we know it's going to be a GC day, where we have 155 kilometers in the mountains from Mulhouse to Le Marchstein. We go up the Ballon d'Alsace again, the Col d'Audren, and the Grand Ballon, but of course the finish on Le Marchstein.
Col du Hag, whatever. That is.
Yeah, I think that's just like a little bit above Marchstein, and then there's like a mini descent onto it. It's, well, yeah, this is proper mountain test for the GC guys.
Yeah, as well. It's like the stage which Tour of France. It was only a few years ago, wasn't it? But it was a stage which was in this region, the Alsace region, which was not. Was it 22? No. It's one's near COVID, I think. It had a featured near Le Marchstein, so so it's gone back to this kind of way. I mean, it's interesting as well to see the names of the climbs, that's probably a bit weird, but it's just, they're not French, are they?
No, but that's the region, that's the Vosges region, where you have those more German sounding names.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But I've actually done all of the climbs in this stage, and I would say that they're all very nice climbs. It's a great region for cycling. We're going to see a big GC fight for the win here on the stage.
Is this where the David goes in and probably twists it and ends it, Pogačar, if he has a significant gap on the Tourmalet?
I mean, maybe, but I would say that we'll still see. I want
to say, yeah. I think this probably he creates a significant gap here, and probably ultimately the finish. It's going to be interesting to see which stages Del Toro is potentially given a run at as well. If Pogačar opens up a big enough gap, something like that. And Del Toro obviously isn't a threat on the general classification, so that will be nice.
Talking about Del Toro, we go on to stage 15, which finishes on Plateau de Solaison, which, of course, Del Toro won the stage to Plateau de Solaison at the Dauphiné, so he'll have some good memories here. Would he get to repeat that number? That was already a question you asked. So.
Yeah, it just depends on the situation and how much time he has. Because if he is, like, for example, just goes completely, imagine that. He could end up, like, doing what Simon Yates did or something like that. Which...
finish on the podium, yeah.
I think it is...
Simon, I thought you were talking about Adam.
But he could even, like, generally, like, if they looked at each other, I mean, well, but obviously it's probably a 1% chance, but because he has said how much he is, like, working for Pogačar. So, I mean, Mexican fans can dream, maybe, like they are dreaming in the World Cup, so it's not out of possibility.
I do think that, like, Pogačar is also a rider that will give his teammates opportunities. If it's not at his own cost. I mean, we saw that at Swiss with Narvaez. We've seen that in the past as well, where he tries to set his teammates up for victory. I think he did that with Milano a few years back.
Yeah, he tried to sprint lead on Milano on the Naples stage in the Giro, didn't he?
Yeah. So, I could see them giving Del Toro some freedom here, especially if GC is not looking like it's going to be a big struggle. But also think that Vingegaard is going to be... I think we'll still see a fight here.
Yeah, but in terms of the stage, I mean, it's going to be a very beautiful stage to watch, really. Obviously, you have Lake Geneva in the vicinity there. It like intertwines a little bit the stage route with Geneva, so but on the outskirts. So yeah, it's going to be very nice to see, as it always is with these French mountains.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4,700 meters of elevation gain in this stage, which is, well, significant. Okay, stage 16. We've just had our rest day, stage 16, ITT day. And it's not a super long one. It's 26 kilometers. But it's a stage where you've got 1/3 of it is climbing at 9.7 kilometers at 4%. Which is putting some riders as an advantage. Then we've got like 1/3 descent and then 1/3 flat. I think that is also quite close to Geneva.
It's on the lake,
Obviously,
no?
yeah, should be. So obviously, I think Remco, as ITT world champion, is coming to this as favorite, but that
Yeah,
climb could put Pogačar in the lead. Although what we saw at the World Championship in Ronda, like that was also not a flat TT.
I think it's not going to have that much of a problem for Evenepoel. And this TT, I mean, this could bump him up to 4th or 3rd, or somewhere around there, I would say, if he's obviously not lost his head by this point. Or gone KOM
if he gets over to Tourmalet. I mean, you've got 3 time points on this stage. We'll know very quickly how big of an issue it is. After 4.8, so basically halfway up the climb, we have a first checkpoint. So yeah. But I would expect that Remco takes this.
Yeah, you would assume so. Tarling is slated to start, like rumored to start, but obviously the hill climb has an impact on that his chances are there, because the flat, there is simply not enough for him to probably have a chance.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, even on a flat TT, when's the last time that people beat Remco on a flat TT?
People may have to tell us there. I thought that is.
It's a long time ago.
Generally, it might be.
So like, even if it's like, okay, it's a hilly TT, I think the hillier or the like more mountainous a TT is, the less likely that Remco wins, and the more towards Pogačar it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the TT specialists like Tarling or a Ghana, like, yeah, they're TT specialists, but beating Remco on a flat TT is.
But obviously, yeah, Pogačar's time trial is perhaps in the races as well. So probably
sure.
expect Pogačar to definitely give a big chance to Evenepoel.
Yeah, and they're all bringing brand new gear as well. Bui's got new helmets, new bikes. So yeah.
Vingegaard as well, maybe. But obviously, on the flattish sections of time trials, he's obviously not the greatest. Dieter got a bit of slate for that before when it was the flat time trial in the Giro. Which was fit. It was a long time trial, and obviously Vingegaard is not that powerful, is he, really, on the flat, compared to people like Ghana, etc., etc. But this, yeah, I'd say this perhaps suits him more with that climb.
Yeah,
so obviously,
it's not quite as hilly as the one in Nice, I think 2 years ago.
Or the one where he did probably one of the best performances ever in cycling.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, I think like the Nice one from 2 years ago, it's kind of like where Remco, Jonas, and today we're all there. But yeah, that was a very hilly TT.
Yeah, the cold terrain, cold Reze, and all that kind of southern French climbs.
Yeah. Okay, then we're on to stage 17, which is a hilly one. I would say that this 100% goes to the break. There is a lot of opportunities for a very strong break to go in the first third of the stage. So I would actually be very surprised if a break doesn't win this.
I would be surprised as well. It's like nailed on almost. I'll probably say so.
But one thing here is that it's 175 kilometers, and I mean there is a climb here, the Col des Prés, which is a pretty tough climb, but it's given a third category classification because it's not the steep side. But it's only 2,000 meters of elevation gain on this stage.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird stage design. So the people like the profile of Campenots, and all that kind of those people.
But I could also see Lidl-Trek trying to control this.
So Mats Pedersen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
it's 2,000 meters of climbing. That's not a huge amount. Like Pedersen survives that. No worries.
Yeah, and also the thing is with Pedersen as well, he's also able to get himself into a breakaway.
Mm-hmm. This is a stage to watch Pedersen on.
I'll probably say Pedersen probably does win this, I'm going to say as well.
But from the break or peloton? I think he could do both.
Yeah, definitely both as well. In the finale, there's again a little small hill, which again suits him. So yeah, Pedersen for this one. If he's in the race, I'd probably say he's the one rider you'd look out for it.
Yeah. On to stage 18, we have Voiron to Orsières-Marlette. We're really getting into the crescendo of the Tour de France here, with a finish on Orsières-Marlette, 7.1% at 6.7%, 7.1 kilometers at 6.7%. Yeah, I mean, GC full on.
Yeah, because there's not really that much of a place for a breakaway to establish a gap.
No. But then stage 19 and stage 20, we have beauty in cycling, where we have Gap to Alpe d'Huez, where we're first going over the Col de Gavarnie. It's not super important, but towards the end of the stage, we have the Col d'Ornon and Alpe d'Huez. So first of all, whoever wins this gets their name added onto a sign in one of the turns. I think that's already one of the biggest prizes in cycling. But yeah, this also will be on record watch today to see if the 31-year-old record of Marco Pantani will fall at the hands of Tadej Pogačar, most likely, if it falls from anyone.
You would probably assume, but I think maybe 4 riders could possibly even break it, because just the way cycling is advanced. Obviously climbing times are getting broken year in, year out on climb by climb with modern cycling. So yeah, it's sad really, because everyone does like Marco Pantani, don't they? So
most people. There is of course a complicated history with him. If you want to see more on that, you can watch my video that I did around the 1999 Giro d'Italia. But yeah, I do expect this record will fall. I do expect also that a break will make it onto Alpe d'Huez, but then get caught.
Yeah,
because that's what we typically see on Alpe d'Huez. Unless of course you're Thomas Pidcock and you make it to the line. But yeah, Alpe d'Huez is one of the mythical climbs in cycling. Can't wait to see what happens here. I love Alpe d'Huez. I've ridden it myself. I think almost 10 times.
it's just I think
part of history.
It is, yeah, and also just the aesthetics of it with all the hairpins, the vibes, and the fans.
The hairpins, definitely. The environment itself is, that's a bit overshadowed. But the heat as well on Alpe d'Huez is something to watch out for, especially in the afternoon. It will be hot.
Mm-hmm.
On to stage 20 again, with the finish on Alpe d'Huez, and we actually started in the Bourg d'Oisans, which is the town on the bottom of Alpe d'Huez. But we're not doing the easy thing where we just ride from Bourg d'Oisans to Alpe d'Huez. because that would be a 14-kilometer stage. We're actually doing a big old lap of 171 kilometers where we first tackle the Glandon and the Croix de Fer. So actually you take the Glandon and then you go a little bit further onto the Croix de Fer, so you don't actually crest the Glandon. And then we have a big valley road where we then go over the Télégraphe, Galibier, and then make our way down to the Côte de Sarenne, which is actually the way that we're going towards Alpe d'Huez, because we're actually finishing on Alpe d'Huez, but not over the hairpins. Perfect.
Yeah, this stage design is what you want to see, don't you, for GC racing? Can anyone try something crazy? Potential. Well, there obviously is a potential, and I kind of do see Visma trying it, like they have done before.
I mean, it's a last resort. It's stage 20. So this is also the majority of the Marmotte Alpes. I mean, they take a different route off the Glandon. They don't go onto the Croix de Fer. And they finish on the iconic 21 hairpins. But this is one of the hardest mountain stages that you can design.
Yeah, especially the Galibier, obviously. And then you have the Coiffeur, obviously, before. That's 2 HCs. That's some big points there in Tina Mountain classification. And then there's even one directly afterwards. So could someone have their heart broken in the King of the Mountains jersey again?
That's the thing with the Galibier here and the Télégraphe. The Télégraphe and the Galibier are basically one climb here. There's a super short descent in between.
Yeah.
And then you have basically the section from Valoir to Plan-Lachat. It looks flat, but it's not. It's super tricky. But I'm mainly curious about the Côte de Sarenne because the road surface, I think, is typically atrocious on it. It's basically a goat path. But knowing the Tour de France, they'll probably have resurfaced it.
When was the last time that was included in the Tour?
Long time ago. I'm not even sure if it was. If it was.
I think I remember reading that.
They descended down it in 2013. Because then they did Alpe d'Huez twice in a day, where they just did the 21 hairpins twice. But I think they then went over Sarenne to go down. But yeah, I think that is in the region known as like a really bad road, and I'm very curious to see the state that it's in. But
you'd assume they've resurfaced it, considering
I would assume for this stage. But I also know that the road from Sarenne to Alpe d'Huez, last time I did it, it was super bad. Like very dangerous and tricky descent.
That Marmot was recent as well, so maybe some of the viewers or listeners have probably done it as well. So
the Marmot was yesterday, so yeah. Very recent.
People, if they're doing it, maybe they can let us know, and we can congratulate you for doing that because it looks personally
the heat was
very challenging,
like crushing yesterday. I've heard horror stories. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Marmot, so if I talk about that, I'm sorry. So stage 21, we of course go to the Champs-Élysées in Paris, but with still the 3 times the Montmartre. So yeah, I mean, we all loved it last year, I think, also because of the storyline that played out with Wout and Pogačar.
Do you think that maybe is like a thing for it, like steroided it up? You forget what I mean? Like made people like it more than it should have been?
I think it does. I think if Pogačar rides away there, people would hate it.
Yeah. Then do you think if Pogačar rode away there, then it would have been included again or not?
I think it would have gotten taken out if Pogačar just rode away. because then it'd be too dominant, right? It'd be too selective. Like Wout's winning it, I felt like was okay. It's still for classic riders. It's still for sprinters, even though Wout's not really a sprinter anymore. But it was versatile. If Pogačar just rides everyone off the wheel, then, and it was neutralized for GC, so it was a tough one to compare.
It's just I mean, it's a nice opportunity for the remaining classic specialists in the race.
One thing that's different though, the final top of the climb of Montmartre is now 15 kilometers from the finish, which is longer than it was last time. So actually riding away and staying away is a lot tougher this time around.
Yeah, because remembering from last year, he was pretty much at the top, and it was like, and he was near at the finish, wasn't he? Because it was pretty much.
It was like 6 or 7 Ks still.
Yeah, and also
it was mainly descent.
It was main descent, yeah. So it was quite a fast thing to do. But until ASO, I mean, they kind of hit the jackpot there, really. I think in terms of like the visibility, etc., etc. So the more people, the better. Watching cycling is only beneficial for the sport. Is what you want to see. And
but also extending the circuit inside of Paris means more people can come and watch. Yeah, because otherwise you would just have the circuit on the Champs-Élysées, which would be packed regardless. But now you also have this section on Montmartre where you can, on top of the Sacré-Cœur, so around that, the people there. We saw that at the Olympics. Just packed. In the rain last year, it was. I mean, to be fair, it was still packed even though it was raining.
Yeah, that's what it was. Just crazy fans everywhere. Tour fever really all over the place. But it'll be interesting. Imagine it one day if this keeps staying the same, that the Tour de France gets decided on this circuit.
Yeah, I don't expect that it will be, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day it could come down to that, you know.
All right, that was it for all of the stages. Before we move on to a quick look at some of the teams that are participating, I don't think we're going to go through all of the start list because we're already running quite long. We have a quick word about our fueler ministry. They've been very kind to send us stuff over the past few months, and honestly, it's been great. I'm almost running out because I just keep using it. A lot of products your body actually recognizes. No artificial flavoring, no artificial anything, just good old nutrition. Stuff that feels good to eat and doesn't wreck your stomach mid-ride, which you can't say for some other brands that I've tried. With 3 weeks of racing about to start, this is exactly the kind of fueling we'll be leaning on. Thank you to Ministry for fueling this podcast and our ride. If you want to try some of their stuff, head to ministry.com. So that is MNSTRY.com and use code Domestique20 for 20% off your tasting box. On to the start list. We're going to start off with UAE Team Emirates. They announced earlier this morning their lineup, although there really wasn't a surprise in that. Maybe, I don't think there was a surprise in that.
Not one, really. It's all of Pogačar's. Yeah, trusty fellas. Let's call them that.
Yeah, I think I'll just go through the list. We have Tadej Pogačar, Isaac Del Toro, Brandon McNulty, Felix Großschartner, Tim Wellens, Adam Yates, Nils Pollitt, and Florian Vermeers. To me, the only one I'm like, okay, is Felix Großschartner. I think he's a good climbing domestique. Don't get me wrong, but
that's what he's going to be perfect for. So I don't think there's anything wrong with including him there. Maybe.
No, it's nothing wrong. It's just like I thought they have other choices there as well. But yeah, just super strong team. We have Adam Yates, who's a former podium. He was on the podium in 2021, 2022. Can't remember.
But it's just a strength and depth, isn't it, as well? You have Almeida, for example, you have Almeida out, you have Narvaez is not there. And then they just have these riders coming. McNulty, very underrated.
Vine out, no Soler.
Tim Wellens does a job, even climbing now. Tim Wellens, and then you have Del Toro who can do the role of 3 or 4 riders, probably in the mountains, which is
I mean, he'll do the
massive help.
launching.
Yeah, massive help for Pogačar. And following the mesh, nice there. Pollitt again for the ruler kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, but last year we also saw Pollitt on mountains.
Yeah.
Like he can also climb. But yeah, Tim Wellens, of course, former Belgian champion. He'll still do some proper turns uphill as well.
And also perhaps even able to get opportunities himself like he did last year. So
yeah, I would expect so. And Vermeers as well. I think those two will be given opportunities for the breakaway stages.
And Visma's team, I think I could pivot on to after we've looked at the mighty UAE squad, another mighty squad there.
Yeah, absolutely. Where we have, of course, Jonas Vingegaard, Davide Piccanzoli, Matteo Jorgensen, Victor Campenaerts, Bertrand Hagenes, Eduardo Affini, Bruno Armaillard, and Sepp Kuss. One thing, of course, to call out here is Affini. It's not 100% sure that he'll be in this squad.
You would assume that he's not going to be in it.
He's been out on a training ride earlier
If you have a deep laceration on your groin, it's not particularly the most comfortable to sit down on the saddle.
Yeah, and then for like 23 days, 21 stages in the heat, a lot of sweat. It's probably not a nice move to keep clean.
Yeah, it could end up like another Wout van Aert situation, no?
Yeah. They kept Bart Lemon out of the Dutch national championships to keep him in reserve. But yeah, I think we'll hear what is going on here relatively quickly. Because Affini has done that training ride, so I think that will probably tell the team enough.
It'd be a big loss though if Affini is not there. He's going to be a huge part of the team time trial for Vingegaard, because obviously, a very good time trialing specialist is Affini. Also positioning Vingegaard in the situations where it's needed to be positioned.
Yeah, but you still have Campenaerts, you have Armaillard, you have Hagenes.
But like Affini, I think, is a step above them in terms of positioning them. Like,
Campenaerts is really highly skilled as well, but you need a backup. And Campenaerts has transitioned a little bit more into also working on the hills, but Campenaerts kind of that versatile weapon that you can use both on flat stages and in medium mountain stages.
Yeah.
But of course, the addition of Piccanzoli is interesting here. And we discussed it last week already. But yeah, he's getting thrown off the deep end from the Giro straight into the Tour. Yeah.
I think this selection might backfire.
I mean, I'm not sure. Like, he's clearly good, but he didn't prep for a Tour.
That's obviously all that kind of stuff you did the preparation for, don't you? So, especially, and then how the body reacts to doing again another Grand Tour after having a short layoff as well. So, is it a case of
and in that layoff he actually raced? So
yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, I hope that they keep his workload not too heavy, but we'll see.
But I guess it kind of is going to be heavy.
Probably. I mean, he'll be it's going to be interesting to see where he stands compared to Jorgensen, because Jorgensen was always like the last guy for Jonas. But Piccanzoli, like, how does he compare to Jorgensen? And then you have Kuss as well. I mean, in the Giro, you already saw that Kuss and Piccanzoli were quite even.
How do you compare that climbing
Although, no, I would say that Piccanzoli was better than Kuss.
How would you compare that climbing unit of Visma with UAE?
With the addition of Piccanzoli here, I mean, you don't have someone on the same level as Del Toro.
No.
And I think that makes a difference. But like in the breadth, you have Pigazzoli, Jurgensen, Kuss, I think that's strong.
Yeah, in terms of like the overall quality, it is better than UAE's.
I would say so.
Yeah, that's not like
I mean, just like you have Del Toro, and that makes a difference. I think an Adam Yates versus Jurgensen, quite equal. You have Großartner versus Kuss. I think Kuss actually wins that. So,
easy.
and then Pigazzoli and Del Toro.
That Del Toro is a cup of.
Del Toro is probably higher rated. So yeah, moving on, we have a couple of not fully announced teams, but I think we should go through them. And it's Lidl-Trek, who is bringing a very good field as well with Scialmos, Ayuso, Pedersen, Simmons, and Vacek, and then a few extra names that haven't been fully confirmed yet. Derek G, potentially, likely. Don't know.
That is a year Derek G will be in the Tour de France body.
I think that's great. But at the same time, with Scialmos, with Ayuso, and then also Simmons, who's obviously going to be stage hunting. That's what he does. And Pedersen sprints. This seems like a squad that is trying to do a lot of things at the same time.
Yeah.
Old school Visma, but with less, like, at the high end.
It's like, but also people like in the media overstated like the potential toxicity between Scialmos and Ayuso. But I think Scialmos is now content with just riding with Ayuso. That's perfectly fine. He's happy with it. So I think that's fine there. Vacek is going to have a nice role there. I think he's going to be in the support unit for Ayuso. Simmons just does his thing, doesn't he? Quinn Simmons is just American. Soren Krivy is going to have a nice
he's
role.
He's putting America first. Is that what you're saying?
He's a bit of a legend, Quinn Simmons. Obviously has his beliefs, but not everyone has their beliefs. So, yeah. Craig Anderson, nice positioning job for Ayuso, and then Derek G. How he fits into the team.
That's what I find confusing. If Derek G is here, and you have it on good authority that he will be, like Ayuso, G West, and Scialmos, I think that's potentially too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's like
there needs to be a hierarchy.
It's basically putting loads of things on an elevator and then it just falls over the weight limit.
Exactly. The next team I would want to go look at, and it's actually just been announced officially, and that's the Decathlon CMA CGM team. They are actually bringing, of course, Paul Seixas, but also Olaf Koy. So we already kind of knew that was going to happen, but now it's officially been confirmed. Olaf Koy is going to a tour to contend for the sprints.
And also, that one bigger thing is they're even giving a lead out.
Not really, no. I mean,
but Div C's bold there was the lead out.
Yeah, I mean, he can do lead out, but I think Koy's here with just like some guys to position him, but not a full lead out.
Ball and Hall can do his job there. But also,
that was like positioning, but I don't think he has that final man. Like,
no, he doesn't have the final man. Final man, like for example, Philipsen has with Groves, Germay with Aski.
Missing Van der Poel there for Philipsen, but I don't think you can copy that anywhere.
I mean, but it's interesting as well that they sacrificed Wahlberger, who was completely caught out of a surprise by not being in the tour selection to fit in Koy and his one rider support unit. So,
but I think this is sort of what we've seen with Decathlon previously. I think they did it with Sam Bennett as well a couple of years back, where you do have the split team. But that also does also kind of take pressure off of Paul Seixas a little bit, even if he says he feels no pressure, because you have a secondary goal, win stages with Koi, and then also breakaways, because I'm seeing Orly Paris-Peintre.
Do you not feel like they dug himself a hole down at Decathlon when they signed Olav Koi to this big contract?
I think it's the biggest sprinter contract in the world, so
you have to.
You've got to bring him, and he's clearly shown that he's in form since returning back to the peloton. Already 2 or 3 victories, at least 2.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he does in his first Tour de France as well.
Yeah, it's his debut. Also here is going to be Benoit, Richitello, Prudhomme, Hole, and Aurélien Paris-Peintre. So I think that's just a strong squad, but no real, well, except for Richitello, no real deep mountain support for Paul Seixas.
Prudhomme and Paris-Peintre can do a job. Benoit is going to be a big thing there as well with his experience of just race
Benoit,
situations.
Sure, yeah. But I think Prudhomme and Aurélien Paris-Peintre, if it was Valentin, okay, but it's Aurélien. And that's just... That's like
obviously,
hills and medium mountain, but
Benoit is perhaps going to be able to pass on some of the experience of being a part of Vingegaard's tour winning squad as well. So that's going to be a nice thing there for the Decathlon service. But Richitello, I think, is going to be I'm going to have a big role to fill there, because the strength and depth of the other domestiques of the top teams are definitely better than this team.
Okay. Then one more team I want to go through, and that's Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. And we've kind of gone through all of the GC contenders, where we have Remco Evenepoel, Florian Lipowitz, Jai Hindley, Jan Tretnik, Maxim van Gils, Nico Dens, Tim van Dijken, and Mattia Cattaneo. Honestly, Jai Hindley coming into the team is a pleasant surprise. I mean, he's kind of teased that he'd be okay with doing it. Of course, coming out of a very tough Giro, podium place in the Giro. So, yeah, I mean, obviously the big question mark is Remco. In what climbing form is he? He's been saying he lost weight. We didn't get to see him at the Belgian Nationals, neither in time trial or on the road. Don't know if he's going to get a suspension for that, which was apparently the punishment. I don't think Belgian cycling would do that. But yeah,
it's a good team.
It is a very good team.
Lipowitz is always only going to benefit. Like, all the pressure's on Evenepoel, isn't it? So Lipowitz under the radar. Completely.
Yeah, Lipowitz has this opportunity to, like, Remco will take a lot of the media attention. That's what he does. But Lipowitz can just ride his own race.
Yeah. Does it change after?
It's just like, what's the dynamic going to be if Remco gets like dropped like 2Ks from the top of the Tourmalet, and like the peloton, like, do you ever have Lipowitz pace Remco back?
Yeah, that's actually a very good point, actually, because then you have to think on the spot there. It's going to be a split-second decision, isn't it, which decides it?
Yeah, and that's sort of, I mean, Lipowitz is clearly capable. Podium finisher last year. But yeah, we also saw this with Roglic last year. Like, at what point do you pull the trigger and say, no, we need to work as a team and not have 2 leaders? But yeah, Ralph Denk has said that Remco is the leader, but there's also the 2-leader strategy.
When is the last time a co-leader strategy has worked at the Tour de France? would you say?
Visma? Visma with it's the first time
Roglic
that
and
Jonas won. But
yeah,
of course, Roglic didn't make it till the end.
yeah, nasty crash, wasn't it? Which was a pretty horrendous one.
Yeah. So I think that was the last time, but it can be done. I think this is a good team. Van Gils is going to be interesting as well, because I never really considered Van Gils a domestique.
No, I don't think so. Also, he did win the Dauphiné stage, didn't he, as well, against Tobias Harley-Johannesson on, which was, a pretty mountainous kind of climbing day in the saddle. So,
I mean, he can climb very well.
and after the injuries he sustained to his pelvis at Classic des Champs, wasn't it, after that Kristen incident, to then go on to the Tour de France, I mean, that's a massive credit to him, really. And how well he's came back from that horrific injury, which, it was pretty nasty, wasn't it, that crash? And the injuries is this thing.
Especially the injuries, but he's clearly come back very strong. He was saying that he was training with Remco, and that made him so strong. But yeah, we'll see it. We have Cataneo there as well. I think absolute TT weapon for the TTT, and any. I mean, that's the thing. Like, will Red Bull ever be required to ride on the front of the peloton? Unless they do like some tactics where they want to put Pogačar under pressure, but let's face it, that's never worked. So yeah, and Van Dijk, I think is great to have here as well.
It was, it's just a team of beasts when positioning the contenders. Tranic as well, always nice to see Tranic there or thereabouts. With what
he was
achieved.
really good in the. Where was he? Was he in Swiss or in Dauphiné? Can't remember. I just remember him riding on the front.
I think it was Swiss.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was all the teams that we want to go through. If you want to see all the teams, we have an overview, a team guide for each of the teams on domestiquecycling.com. Feel free to check those out. I'll put the link in the description below. Maybe this is time where we do our predictions. Obviously, let's start off with the GC, with the podium. And Ethan, you can go first.
Obviously, we've mentioned it before in our stage previews how much we think Pogačar is going to be winning the stages, and I think Pogačar is going to easily win the Tour this year. After what he's showed this year, obviously in the races and in previous Tour de France in the recent years, where he just completely dominated, I don't think Vingegaard is going to be able to get to that level needed to even overcome Pogačar, who is perhaps not even at his peak yet, which is he's close to it, but he's also close to it, but I don't think we've seen the peak yet. So yeah, Pogačar probably in the Tour this year goes another mode of what we've already seen this year, where he's been winning everything. Second place, definitely Vingegaard, because those two are just clear everybody, aren't they? Really. Third place, I'm going to say Del Toro. I beat you to it.
Yeah, you did beat me to it. Because I was going to say the same thing, but now I feel obliged to go with someone else for a third spot.
The head to propaganda.
Yeah, I feel like I need to revert to type. And thing is, I don't really believe that it will happen. But I'll stick to my type and say I think Remco Evenepoel is going to finish third at the Tour de France.
I mean, I think he'd finish somewhere around fifth, and then Seixas in fourth. I think that's fair.
I mean, Seixas is such an unknown in a Grand Tour. Like, how does he recover? And how does he ride there with like the training that he's done after his crash? Actually, maybe the crash is a benefit. because maybe he took a few days of extra rest. I do think that for a 19-year-old, that's not a bad thing.
Who is the surprise rider you think gets a top 10?
Ooh, I did not prepare for that question.
We've had it recently. It's obviously there's always someone.
I will actually say, I don't know if it's super random. I'm going to say two names. Pickenzola.
That's a fair shot, yeah.
And then things will have to work out for this to happen. But Elon van Bilder.
You know what? That's actually not even that bad of a shot, really. He's a good Swiss, isn't he? And that is overcame mid-season, bit of a iffy mid-season illness, I think, and also injury. So
it had a lot of bad luck, but his TT is really good. I mean, he was third at the World Championship in Rwanda. So, yeah, I mean, if it works out for him, I think Van Wilder could be up there. But yeah, it's also his first year from under Evenepoel. So
I want to say this is not even a surprise top 10. I might say surprise top 5. Aronsman.
Yeah.
If Aronsman is there, I'd say Aronsman for top 5. I think he's like overcame a mental kind of thing when he came fourth in the Giro, if you know what I mean. Like that first week kind of thing, he always was it was like a notorious thing for Aronsman where he struggled in the first week.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure that it's over yet. I think we'll need to see repetition of that
But like the first week this year was perfect for him. So
yeah, the first week this year is tough. Like if we see, like Tourmalet will be a proper test for Aronsman as well. And to be fair, even the circuit in Barcelona, like we've seen him struggle on like first weeks on like even minor stuff in the past.
But is he the one who struggles with heat as well?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to stick with it. You know what? I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, good. What about Mikel Landa though?
Well, I mean,
is Landismo alive?
You give it one more. I tell you, a similar type of rider, he will definitely win a stage as a Giro. He will win a stage. He will, yeah. It's serious. In his last Tour de France, so he's going to go all in to win a stage. And even Aaron Buru will do something mad as well. You just got to watch those two riders. Because obviously Aaron Buru was very good in Belgium. Just had a very good solid season, I think, to Aaron Buru. So I'm going to say he's going to be a big rider to watch there. Also, I think you have to look at Kyle Rahal as well. Maybe Kyle Rahal on a stage.
With who? I mean, you have strong riders there. Like you have Molinari, you have Barrick, you have Balderston. You have that they're bringing Gaviria.
Balderstone is going to get close in the breakaway.
Yeah,
that's what I believe.
Like I'm just. Is he gonna go for the breakaway, or is he gonna try and stick in GC group? I would expect him to stick in the GC group.
Nikolai as well is in some good form as well. He finished second in the Spanish road race on Sunday.
Yeah, that was a weird result of a race.
Camperubius won that race. So yeah, that's going to be quite a thing to see there. What that Kyle Rahal can do. What else? Any more surprises, would you say, or riders that you personally think?
I mean, I expect Godon to win a stage.
That's a fair assumption based on what he's done so far.
And then, I mean, Tobias Howland, Johannesson, I expect top 10. You have Tiberi. Yeah, probably. And then you have Storer as well, who's coming out of the Giro as well. So
he's like, I think he's a type of rider as well who does like it like a diesel engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just paces himself. He just perfectly knows what he can do, and of course been on the hot seat twice now. Yeah, I
Big
think
fans.
it's yeah.
Also, as well, the disappointments. Who do you see disappointing or letting?
Oh, I don't want to go there.
Do you not think someone's going to flop?
Arnaud Delis.
Yeah, probably that. But they do have the backup options this time. Actually, that they can. There's riders in there who
Yeah,
can.
they had the Giro as well, but
Yeah, if things go to kaput with Dilly and Van Eyck is also part of that same curseness.
yeah.
Zimmerman
most.
Zimmerman on his day, people picking for the breakaway. Like you'll see people betting when it's at crazy odds to win the breakaway stages. Ubarts, I mean, a great rider with
fresh off of a national TT title.
Big potential in the young Ubarts there. Berkmo is not bad on versatile stages. Slock is going to be sliding over the line, and then
Weisstoffer. Say that.
Weisstoffer is going to be the breakaway rider of the tour for sure. Always going to be on the TV screen. That guy's in the breakaway literally every single time. So yeah, recently spoke to him as well. You can check that out on domestiquecycling.com. So yes, I'm a big supporter there of Weisstoffer, really. Modern day De Gent.
Absolutely. And then maybe just from a Belgian point of view, I'm also very curious about Emil Verstringen and what he does. Because last year in the Tour, he was already quite impressive.
And he's also taken good results this year as well. Basque Country, he was always in breakaways, nearly coming good there. Obviously, Liège and Amstel, he was in top 5 of both of them, wasn't he? So
I think he's a rider to watch.
Definitely a rider to watch. And when eventually Van der Poel and people like that retire at that team, he's going to be definitely filling that kind of gap. But obviously,
I think it's impossible to fill the gap that Van der Poel could leave.
He's going to get the opportunity in that way to fill that.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say about Healy. I don't think Healy went to stage. I'm not sure this time. On Healy.
It's a bit unknown.
And Picnic.
But if that's the vibe you're getting.
Nah, Picnic, they'll get closer doing something. But Biester Boss. And if they had the what's his name? The very French name, Henry, Francois, something like that, whatever. He was very good in the Dauphiné. So yeah, it's a shame that he's not there. But Biester Boss, Bidner as well, probably the options. Boggio, but it's I think gone past that for Boggio.
Yeah. I think we've covered most of the names. Of course, our start lists are not complete. Things are still rolling in over the next couple of days. We'll probably see a big wave of announcements tomorrow as well. But actually, if you like to predict races like what we've just done, we're actually launching Domestique Predict for the first time for the Tour de France. This is where you can pick your favorite to win that stage. And then at the end, we're running it as a GC. So the time of the rider counts, not the position. And you get to pick one rider each day. You can only pick a rider once. The winner of our game can win a Santini Tour de France yellow skin suit. I don't think there's many out there. So if you want a chance of winning one of those, you can go to debate.com/predict. And there you'll see very soon appearing a Tour de France prediction game. We hope you sign up for that. Ethan, any closing remarks on this Tour de France preview podcast?
I think we covered all bases there. If we've missed any, be sure to let us know. But yeah, I think we should be fine there.
I mean, just one quick one. Green jersey and KOM, and young rider's jersey? Maybe I'll go first this time around.
Yeah, you can go first.
I will go with Philipsen, Lenny Martinez, Seixas.
I'm going. I'm stealing Philipsen, Carapaz, and then Seixas.
Nobody goes for Pogačar for KOM.
Well, it's a bit of a boring pick because it's a bit obvious.
Yeah. Okay. So if people see that in the comments, like we know it's probably going to be Pogačar, but we don't want to be bored. So, all right. With that, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you haven't done that yet, subscribe and let us know in the comments which ones are your jersey winners. So that's yellow jersey, green jersey, white jersey, and KOM. Put them in the comments. It's always fun to see those. And make sure to check out Domestique Predict on our website and all the other previews. We'll have daily stage previews on domestiquecycling.com. Make sure to check those out because Dieter is putting a lot of effort into those. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week after the start of Tour de France. Adieu.